Hi, Natalie. How are you? This is Melinda. Right?
Hi, how are you?
I
Nice
am
to
good.
see you.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay.
I can see that your video is turned off. Is it possible for you to turn on a video and talk?
Is it possible? Let me see. Let me see.
Yeah. Could you please turn on your video? We cannot see you, beautiful lady. Yes, you are here. Yes.
Hi.
And So, Natalie Bennett, welcome to Global Virtual Summit 2024. This is Melinda Roy. I'm the host for this today event. So, welcome on stage, Natalie Bennett. So, before you start your presentation, I would like to introduce you to the audience, who you are, where are you from, and what are your accomplishments. So, yes, Natalie Bennett is here. She is a wellness motivation strategist and mindset life coach dedicated to helping business women reclaim balance and fulfillment. With a holistic approach, she guides clients to achieve harmony across mind, body, and spirit, fostering daily peace and ease. As a women's wellness advocate, Natalie provides practical strategies for prioritizing mental, physical, and emotional health amid today's fast paced world. A unique blend of mindset coaching and wellness techniques empowers women to overcome limiting beliefs, set healthy boundaries, and practice mindfulness. With her compassionate coaching style, Natalie creates a supportive environment for women to rediscover their strengths and purpose. She is a catalyst for personal growth, helping women lead more peaceful, empowered, and joy-filled lives. Wow, that's really inspiring introduction. So, Natalie, are you there? We cannot see you.
Yes, yes, I'm here. I'm worried about my internet, so that's why I turned
Okay.
my screen off.
Oh,
It's
okay,
going in
okay,
and out,
yes.
so I'm hoping it's going to cooperate.
Yes. So, yes, the stage
Okay.
is all yours. Good luck.
Oh, well, thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're coming from. Once again, my name is Natalie PB Bennett. I am a woman's wellness advocate and mindset strategist. But what I'm here to talk about today is living authentically, living in your truth, and how crucial it is to be who you are meant to be in the world. I want to talk about it because it really is something that is very much overlooked, and it often slips through our busy lives. Embracing our true selves and why doing so is so essential. It's so essential to our health and well being. In the rush of life, with affecting not just our emotional state, but our physical health as well. It's crucial to live in alignment with your true self and how it can profoundly impact your overall well being. I'm here to express this because it was truly a part of my life. What if I told you that I have lived three extraordinarily, remarkably different lives in this one body? Although each were powerful experiences that have contributed to the woman that I am today, they were all a lie. I was married 3 times to an Irish American. I was an artist and in the fashion industry, um, and took part in lots of events where celebrities were involved. And I also had an extreme eating disorder. I was anorexic bulimic. Um, and that was my way of dealing with not being who I was truly meant to be. Not having a sense of culture then led me to being married a second time, and it was with a person from West Africa whose father was the religious Muslim leader of the country. I then traveled, met the presidents, and was propelled into experiences that I thought, how did I get here? As a result of dealing with the polygamy, I decided I couldn't deal with that. So, returned to the United States, and I ended up marrying a third time, this time to another West African. Um, they ended up deporting him. I followed. I started a cosmetic line. My background is in the beauty industry. I started a cosmetic line and did very well. And I was always on, the radio and TV, and I worked on the celebrities and things. But my husband at the time became extremely abusive, and ended up trying to kill me a couple times. So I escaped back from there with our three children, and I decided to focus on inner beauty as opposed to outer beauty. So basically, I left the surface industry to be a part of the what I call the substance industry. And now I help women learn to love themselves truly from inside first to out. Now, having said that, think of authenticity as a compass. It guides you through decisions, big and small, pointing you towards a life that feels right and meaningful to you. But why is it so difficult to follow this compass? Because life constantly pressures us to fit in, to meet others' expectations, and to follow the paths laid out for us, even though they don't resonate with our true selves. This disconnection can have serious implications for our well being, and these implications that continue can lead to dis-ease, which is disease, and it can be detrimental to our health. One of the biggest benefits of living authentically is the improvement in our mental and emotional health. When we deny our true selves and hide behind facades, it creates a deep sense of inner conflict. This can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, and even depression, which I all suffered from. Imagine the mental exhaustion of constantly trying to fit into a mold that isn't meant for you day after day. When we live authentically, we alleviate this burden. We give ourselves permission to be real and vulnerable and express ourselves fully. This reduces the inner tension and creates a sense of peace and fulfillment. Studies in psychology have shown that individuals who live authentically and true to themselves tend to experience greater self esteem, resilience, and overall happiness. They are less likely to compare themselves to others and are more likely to feel content in their own skin. This doesn't mean that life is without challenges and struggles, but it does mean we face those challenges from a place of strength and self assurance. Authenticity doesn't just affect our mind, it profoundly affects our bodies as well. When we're inauthentic, constantly trying to be someone we're not meant to be, our bodies remain in a state of stress. Chronic stress is a major risk factor for a host of physical health problems, such as high blood pressure, heart disease, weakened immune system. The list goes on. This dis-ease creates disease in the body. When the body is constantly under stress, it becomes incapable of fighting off illnesses. In contrast, living authentically promotes a sense of ease and relaxation in the body. When you align with your true self, you naturally reduce the stress response. This allows your body to function more optimally, improving your sleep, your digestion, your overall immune system. The simple fact of honoring your true desires and needs can literally change how your body responds to the world. In a sense, living authentically is like giving your body permission to breathe deeply and rest and heal. Other critical aspects of living authentically is the freedom to express yourself without fear or judgment, whether it's through creativity, relationships, or simply speaking your mind. Self expression is a fundamental part of the human experience. When we stifle our voices or pretend to be someone else, we're essentially denying part of our humanity. This lack of expression can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness, even if we're surrounded by people we love. However, when you express your true self, you create deeper and more meaningful connections with other people. People are drawn to your authenticity because it's a reflection of something real, something you can relate to, something they can relate to. By living truthfully, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of openness and connection. Authentic living encourages a sense of community, belonging, and mutual respect. Key ingredients, which are key ingredients to emotional well being. I have spent the last, I would say, 10 years really authentically, deliberately, intentionally living in my truth, which meant taking the time to find exactly what works for me. Um, why do so many people struggle with this? And the answer is fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of failure. We fear that if we reveal our true selves, we might not be accepted. But I challenge you to consider this. If you live in fear and hide who you truly are, who is really being rejected? It's not the real you, it's the mask you've been wearing. Embracing authenticity means embracing your vulnerability. It means being willing to show up as you are, flaws and all, and knowing that your worth is not tied to anyone else's approval. This isn't easy, but it's the path to true freedom. It's the path to true freedom. It's about choosing to live a life that resonates with you rather than one that simply fits the mold. It's about finding your voice and using it to create a life that feels right for you. And in doing so, you open the door to greater mental, emotional, and physical health. This resonates so deeply with me because, like I was saying, I've just lived completely separate lives. I grew up, I was always different. I am an African American woman. I'm in my 50s, but in the 80s, I was a hard punk rocker. You didn't see many of us doing that. I've always liked art and different music, and I was always considered to be weird. And people would tell me, why do you listen to this? Or why do you dress like that? Well, I couldn't be anything else because that was me. As I got older, I got in relationships and I felt like I needed to conform, to fit in, to make people happy. And as a result of that, my eating disorder got worse. I developed a drinking problem. Um, it just became a struggle to balance who I was was or who they wanted me to be to who I really was inside. It wasn't until I went on this deep healing journey and discovery of self to know who I truly am, um, to then start doing and living like I should to be me. And my passion is helping other women do the same. I'm a single mother of 3 teenage girls. Two of my girls are of the LGBTQ community. Hardcore. I raised my children to be proud of who they were from the very beginning. My oldest daughter was the only girl on her football team in high school with the boys. She has always known she could do and achieve whatever she wanted to. Doesn't matter how she looked, who she was, how tall she was, and that's how I raised my children to be. My passion is now my purpose, which is to empower women, especially youth, that you can achieve whatever it is you want to do in this world, but you need to know who you are first. So, in closing, living authentically is not just a lofty ideal, it is a necessity for our health and well being. It requires courage and self reflection and a willingness to be vulnerable, but the rewards are profound. When you live in alignment with your true self, you experience less stress, greater peace, and a deeper sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing you are living with purpose because you are being true to yourself. You create a life that is not only meaningful to you, but also inspires those around you. So I encourage each of you to take a moment to reflect on how you're living your life. Are you being true to who you are? Are you honoring your values, your passions, and your voice? If not, know that it's never too late. Begin with small steps, moments of honesty with yourself, and build from there. Remember, the world needs you, the true you, not a version of you that is edited for others, but the real, authentic, unique you. And you'd be surprised as what you have to offer to the world and how people respond to you. I have a list of 7 things that I would say are most important as far as being authentic to yourself. Number 1 would be self-reflection and awareness. Just begin to understand your core values, beliefs, and passions. And a good way to do that is by journaling and meditating so that you can help identify what truly matters to you and where you may be out of alignment. Number 2 would be embrace your vulnerability. Being authentic often involves showing your true self, which can feel vulnerable, like I said before, but accept that vulnerability. It's part of the process and can lead you to a deeper connection to your personal growth. You got to set boundaries. That's number 3. Living authentically requires you to set clear boundaries with others. This means saying no to things that don't serve you and prioritizing your needs and well being. Number 4 would be let go of perfectionism. Authenticity isn't about being perfect. There's no such thing, honestly. It's about being true to who you are, flaws and all. Release the pressure to conform to others' expectations and ideals. Number 5, surround yourself with support. Engage with people who encourage and support your authentic self. Distance yourself from those who drain your energy and try to mold you into someone you're not. That can be difficult, but it must be done. Number 6, practice self compassion. Be kind to yourself as you embark on this journey of self discovery. Acknowledge that living authentically is a process that takes time and effort and patience. Mistakes are part of the growth. Number 7 is take aligned action. Finally, align your daily actions with your values and truth. Whether it's in your relationships, your career, your lifestyle choices, ensure that your actions reflect the person you aspire to be. Hopefully these steps will help promote emotional, mental, and physical well-being by aligning with your true self. And that's all I have today. Are there any questions? Aw.
Oh,
Melinda?
wow, that's really fantastic speech by Natalie. Hope everyone got impressed with your great speech. Share. Thank you so much for sharing your speech with Global Virtual Summit 2024. So there are so many women we can see in these 2 days who are inspiring emotionally and motivating others, women as well. So this is the platform where you can share your personal stories and you can inspire them as well. So yes, thank you so much. And here is the question from our audience. The question is, so what are the biggest obstacles women face in living authentically and how can they overcome them?
I would say the biggest obstacles are really not being true to themselves. I mean, we as women have so many responsibilities: mother, wife, jobs, boss, whatever. And a lot of times we put our personal needs aside and we put those things first, especially with our children and our husbands or, significant others. And what we need to do is set boundaries and always make time for ourselves first. It may sound selfish, but it's not. If we're not okay, we can't be okay for other people. So it's about really nurturing yourself first and then being able to pour into others. It's like pouring into your cup first and then, or like they say on the airplane, you put your mask on first and then you put the mask on someone else. So
Yes, basically it's like self-love. Self-love is more important.
it's crucial, and we as women especially don't do enough of it. We don't, and we have
Yes,
to.
yes.
You know,
Thank
we
you.
rule the
Thank you so
world. What
much.
can I say?
Yes, thank you so much for answering that question. I hope everyone received the answer. Yeah, and thank you so much for joining. Please do join other speaker sessions and share your thoughts and your questions with other speakers. Please do engage with other speakers and the audience as well. Have a nice day.
Absolutely.
Bye now.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.